And free agent season continues for Ken Roczen. It's very odd for a rider at Roczen's level to A, not have a deal wrapped up near Thanksgiving, and B, to be doing his bidding out in the open, riding different motorcycles and posting it for all to see on his social media. How did we get here and where is it going? Well, we've got some information. You probably by now know how this started. Honda had offered Roczen to return to the HRC factory Honda team for 2023 Supercross only. They had an offer on the table, but Roczen and Honda had to agree to disagree on his participation in the FIM World Supercross Championship. Roczen wanted to race it, Honda did not want him to race it, and hence, they're no longer working together. Now, Roczen still raced a Honda in those World Supercross events for the Australian-based Genuine Honda racing team, owned by an Australian named Yariv Konski, and that team, by the way, does race in the United States under the name Firepower Honda. But at the time, people were linking Roczen to maybe higher profile, higher paying, maybe factory rides. But things have gone pretty well for Roczen. First, he won that World Supercross Championship, and although he didn't win either of those races, he checked that box by winning on a Genuine Honda over the weekend, the Paris Supercross, against none other than the likes of Eli Tomac. And after that race, Roczen hinted completely that he's completely open to the idea of racing for what would be the Firepower Honda team in AMA racing in 2023. After the Paris Supercross victory, Roczen said to our Steve Mathis, "I would, 100%, meaning ride for the team. I'm happy with them. I just enjoy being around the team. Everybody wants to be there. They have gone above and beyond, so it's worth a lot. Let's put it that way. But the position I was in, I kind of wanted to wander off maybe, but I can see that I can win. It might not be perfect. I never asked for a perfect bike, but I need something that I can handle. This was huge for me." We have heard that Yariv Konski has made Roczen an offer for 2023, but this is not over yet because there are other options. First, a few weeks ago, we saw Roczen riding a Yamaha at the Club MX facility in South Carolina. Now, from what we've heard, there isn't necessarily a business model put together as to Roczen being able to ride for that team, but it was a good opportunity for Roczen to get to ride a 2023 Yamaha YZ450F, yes, the all-new model, do it on a track that's well established, and you never know. If the two sides flirt, maybe they'll decide to take it to another level. So that's the Yamaha option for Roczen, although it looks fairly unlikely, at least from a business perspective. But there's another option on the table, and that is the Twisted Tea Progressive HEP Suzuki team. Now look, once a team is attached to Suzuki, it leads to a mixed bag of expectations. Suzuki has definitely fallen from its heights of winning 450 races and championships. But people probably remember those heights included Roczen when he absolutely dominated on an RCH Racing Suzuki back in 2016. So Roczen on yellow, and photos on his own social media account were offered up today on November 16th on a yellow motorcycle seems to be a nice fit. And from what we've heard, that team is able to offer him a fairly substantial monetary offer because of their outside sponsorship. And although Suzuki has fallen from the heights before, this is not the first high-profile rider that has been linked to an offer from HEP. So the question here is not money, it is the bike. The Suzuki has not changed in a while, and there are some that say that even the current generation Suzuki, which yes, is different than the one that Roczen rode all the way back in 2016, it's newer, but they don't know if it's necessarily better. So Roczen, since he's a free agent and can do his bidding out in the open, decided if they're going to make me an offer, I might as well fly to California and try the motorcycle. Why go sign with Genuine Honda until you've tried all the other options? And speaking of all the options, while Roczen was in Europe for the Paris Supercross, he swung by Spain to ride the Stark Varg electric bike. Now, Roczen will not be racing this in Anaheim in 2023 because it's not legal for AMA Supercross, but it certainly lit up the social media world when he not only posted pictures and videos of him riding the bike, but also threw shade at everyone that would be mad about him riding an electric bike. But that's for the future, potentially. In the present time, we believe it's down to Genuine Honda, known as Firepower Racing Honda in the US, versus Twisted Tea Progressive HEP Suzuki. This all guarantees that we will see Roczen in familiar colors come Anaheim, either on a yellow bike or a red one, but not on the traditional factory team level. And speaking of a different look, Roczen's gear deal with Fox Racing is up. It's certainly possible he could return to the gear brand that he's been associated with his entire career, but it also leaves the door open for other options, which would help if other teams have existing gear deals already in place. Roczen the free agent. He should be stressed considering he doesn't have a ride by mid-November, and it won't be a traditional factory ride, but he seems to be having more fun with it than ever.